Well, good afternoon, basketball fans, and welcome here to the Game 1 of the play-ins for the Basketball Champions League between our hosts, Hapoel Atsmon Holon, and the visitors, Igokea of Bosnia-Herzegovina. Well, hi, everybody. Welcome here to the north of Tel Aviv in the city of Hulonia. And there you can see the Achim Sagulim, the Purple Brothers, inviting the visitors from Bosnia-Herzegovina. Well, they are last season's defending champions of the Israeli Winter League and making it to the Final Four of the Basketball Champions League. There you can see Jedia Dijon winning yesterday against Vasilis Fanousis Peristeri B win in Game 1 of their Basketball Champions League play-in. This is qualification to the round of 16. Because you know how much this game will mean to these two teams, trying to make sure they get to the next stage, and that will be the round of 16. There they are, Achim Sagulim Oadim, the fans of Hapoel Atsmon Holon, also known as the Purple Brothers. Well, of course, coming into this game, CJ Harris's return here for Hulonia has been a huge booster for them, and they desperately needed him due to the absence, of course, of Eric Green. But of course, having CJ Harris back is definitely done. Now, Kendrick Ray returning here to Hulonia as he played here in the Israeli Winter League and also played in the Basketball Champions League with Ike Ironimberg. And of course, the likes of Lamont Safka. Other players, and Tabi Avala also making his return to the Basketball Champions League. And not to mention the likes of Crawford. Well, Crawford played in the Israeli Winter League for Hapoel Gilboa Galil back in 2018-19. So he played 2 games against Holon, losing both of them. He's going to get 2 more games, possibly 3, depending how this series goes in the play-ins. Igokea returning to the Basketball Champions League again this season. After the last 2 seasons they've had, not so bad, of course. I mean, one thing for them, they've really depended on local talent as well as surrounding talent of their countries within the likes of Hrvatska and Serbia. Well, Joey Ragland, the big name, of course, Hapoel Atsmon Holon, along with the likes of Chris Johnson. Well, Marvin Jones has been a replacement here for Michael Kaiser, who went to Cerna Bilbao. The key thing, of course, is going to be CJ Harris here coming into this lineup. Sean Dawson, who won the Israeli, well, I say he won, of course, he was a runner-up to Hulonia, my apologies, with Bnei Herzliya, who got eliminated from the Basketball Champions League, sharing the same group as Lenovo Tenerife and as Ritas Vilnius. It's all going to be different here tonight. One thing you can be sure about here, Achim Sagulim, the Purple Brothers, they'll be fired up for this one, and they'll be making sure. Well, the former Duke University Blue Devil has played so far 1 game already here for Hulonia. Joey Ragland, a big-time fan favorite. Well, Sean Dawson, the son of the great former Mr. Dawson, who played in this league. I say former, of course, a former player, that is, and a big-time player. Grew up in the city of Eilat. And now gets set to introduce the players of both these 2 teams. Then we'll take a look at the officials, and then we'll take a look at the starting lineups. This is the play-ins of the Basketball Champions League. We're live here in the north of Tel Aviv, in the Holon Toto Arena. But Kendrick Ray, of course, he knows what this atmosphere is all about, having played his first big time in a knockout stage in the Basketball Champions League for Ironimberg back in 2017-18. Now, he almost led Nimberg to a win over Ike, who would then go on to win the Basketball Champions League before leaving the following season to play here in Israel. Then he returned again to the BCL with Ike, the team that he almost beat. And that was the season in the build-up prior to the global lockdown. Well, Crawford and Tabi Avala are going to be big-time players here for Igokea. I mean, they're going to have to really depend on their key players to really have a good scoring night, because one thing you got to be sure about is when you're in the house of the Holon Toto Arena, this is Joey Ragland's house, and he will get things going. And Chris Johnson with the return of CJ Harris. But there's other players in this team, as we mentioned, Brian Crawford along with Tabi Avala. We got Stefan Djordjevic, Dusan Tanaskovic, and not to mention number beyond that, Shorten Boskovic, they mentioned number 55 there. Well, there's Hayden Dalton alongside Guy Goodis. Joined this team. And it's actually interesting because Guy Goodis joined Hulonia last season in the play-ins when Hapoel Holon were down 1-0 against Besiktas and came back in the final 2 games. Had to go on the road to Istanbul. They won by 2 points. Big time performance by Guy Panini in the closing moments. But it was all about Joy Ragland in Game 3, which led Hulonia to the round of 16. Can they get the same luck here tonight? Can Hulonia do it again? If you think about when Holon first came here to the Basketball Champions League in 2017 and 18, they were coached by then Dan Shamir for 2 seasons before he went to go to the Australian League, where he actually went to New Zealand for the New Zealand Breakers, playing in the NBL. At that time, their key players would have been TJ Klein, along with Tamir Blatt at the point guard role, Tayshawn Thomas. But, you know, season after season, we've seen new look Hapoel Holon teams. But at their most successful stage, it's been about Joe Ragland, Chris Johnson, and Guy Goodis, the coach, to take them to the Final Four last season. Prior to Hulonia, you know, the Israeli teams that have played here in the Basketball Champions League, it wasn't until Hapoel Bank Yehav Yerushalayim had made it to the Final 8. And that was in their second season, in which they lost to eventual champions Hereda San Pablo Burgos. But Hulonia, like their rivals Yerushalayim, also lost to Hereda San Pablo Burgos in 2021. And last season they were 1 possession away after a Chris Johnson three-pointer leading them the way, along with Rafi Menko's three-pointer giving them the lead. But Yorgi Shermadini, Lenovo Tenerife was just too much for them. They ended up losing in the bronze medal game against MRP Riz in Lubensburg. But it's a new season here for Hulonia, and it's a new season for Igokea, the visitors from Bosnia-Herzegovina. Well, there are 3 officials here for tonight. 2 officials. We have Yorgos Poursanidis, Zafeli Limaz, and Anastasios Kadaris. Well, I'd like to say Efcharisto, and of course Tesheku Ederim. Thank you to the hard work of our officials. They've done an excellent job in all of our competitions, and now continue to do so here tonight in Israel for tonight's Basketball Champions League play-in fixture between Hapoel Hulonia and Igokea of Bosnia-Herzegovina. We're going to take a look at the starting lineups momentarily. We're going to start here with the visitors. Well, Marco Jashilo, along with Brian Crawford, Nikola Tanaskovic, and then Tavia Wala, along with Nikola Maric. Well, no Kendrick Ray tonight due to an injury we've just been reported in, which is going to be a big loss here for Igokea. But the good thing for them is this is the best of 3. It's not a win or go home. Igokea, they'd like to win here tonight, but if they do lose this one, it's not the end of the world. Well, Dragan Bajic, the head coach of Igokea, has been here for a very, very long time. Very well respected. Now, ladies and gentlemen, listen to that. The Hulonia fans are singing Hatikva. That is the national anthem of Israel, the Hatikva, as they call it. Well, Joe Ragland, point guard in the backcourt, along with Chris Johnson. And there you can see Delarier, Marvin Jones at the center. He'll be partnered along with their power forward, Hayden Doltz. Big lineup. The Hulonia have gone hits like Guy Goodis, the man at the rim here, was once an assistant coach with the Great Britain national team. Of course, he's coached many of the big teams here in Israel. Very well-respected basketball coach all over Europe, for that matter. But it is game time, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you don't go anywhere. This is going to be key and a big one here tonight. Well, we thank you for joining us. We're moments away from tip-off. This is the Basketball Champions League. Igokea will be taking on Hapoel Atsmon Holon. Well, you can see they've won the last 8 games here in the Basketball Champions League. The last defeat was against Besiktas, and it was this time last year in the play-ins, game 1, when Joey Ragland needs 10 assists to become the 5th player with 300 assists here in the Basketball Champions League. He's already set the record for most assists in a game, and that is 18. He did that moments, only a few games ago, of course. And as I said, this is the house of Joey Ragland. Well, they've lost the last 2 road games in the Basketball Champions League. The previous 11, they've gone 2-9, of course. They lead the Basketball Champions League, 2 points made, attempted, And that's a big stat here for Igokea, and they got to bring this confidence into this game.
Let's see how they react. If they're going to jump twice, you need to cut inside. So when you're coming, if it's ice, jump inside. Yes, you need to be pressuring this guy. If they're flat, you're going to attack going one, and the head's going to come from here. This is a corner shot. Okay, let's go.
Well, it's all of our fans in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Zdravo, kako se, prijatelji moji. Welcome here to the Toto Holon Arena. And to all of our friends watching here in Israel, Shalom, Manishma, Baruch haba, Bait Shel Hapoel Holon. Yalla, let's get this game underway. Kadima. Well, Achim Sagolim, of course, will make sure the atmosphere is absolutely electrifying here tonight. Remember, Achim Sagolim, the Purple Brothers, as they're known here, the defending champions of the Israeli Winter League. What a game this is going to be here. Well, tip is up and run away, and it will be Igokea. Well, I think we have a violation to jump ball, so we may redo this one. We just gotta love the passion of these fans. Again, if you saw them in the Israeli Winter League when they knocked out Hapoel Atsmon in the semifinals, well, it looks like Igokea. Well, it looked like they came out to zone defense, but clear man-to-man now. Was Ragland now looking to use the ball screen, throw it down to Hayden Dalton, goes to the mid-range. Dalton takes it and already gets things going. Well, that's a versatile game of Hayden Dalton. One of those players you can get a solid post-up out of, but also can drain it from downtown. In that case, it was the mid-range. Well, Igokea now just trying to get something to orchestrate in their offense. We're trying for a backdoor play, throws it away, and now Ragland can push this one. From the home crowd, you can just feel the energy, feel the emotion, and really give these players an extra boost. Man, they did this so many times against the likes of Galatasaray and JDR Dijon and SIG Strasbourg. Ragland now down the middle, kicks this one out. Back to Ragland, wide open, takes it. There, Shalosh. Joey Ragland, that's one play you just cannot afford to leave wide open for Holon, as he will light it up. Well, Igokea now just need to try and weather the storm here. Don't want to get in too much anxiety in their offense. Play with a little bit more rhythm. Takes it down the middle now, goes for spin out. And again, it's those kind of plays. It's just a tough pass to make. But you've got two Holon defenders right between them. Well, Baruch haba, lebait shel Joey Ragland. Welcome to Joe Ragland's house. There's Hayden Dalton there. You can see with the mid-range. It's a good pickup, Hayden Dalton. Remember, he got his first taste of Basketball Champions League experience for FIBA Basketball Champions League, where he was a teammate of Zach Hankins. Now rivals here with fellow BCL team Hapoel Atsmon. Dalton now gets caught in double team. Ragland down the middle, tries to put a bullet pass. Dalton pump fakes, got to shoot it. 24-second violation. Good defense from Igokea. That's a lot of positives Igokea can take out of that, because not many teams are able to really force Holon into 24-second violation with the amount of talent they've got, but also you'd be very surprised Raglan didn't try to take that one to the bucket. Well, Marco Jashila now giving this one up. They go for three in the corner, no good. And the rebound secured by the former Duke Blue Devil. Well, Javin Delarier played for Duke University, which is quite an accomplishment. Raglan now made his last three, takes another one. Dalton goes in for an offensive rebound. We'll step back, why not? Dalton takes a three. Well, again, just feeling a bit of confidence, but, you know, trying to get into a bit of rhythm. Aiden Dalton, originally from Colorado, stands at 6'9". There's another deep threat again. Igokea struggling from downtown, but that's much better there. You could see going in for a second chance. The foul is going to be called against Javin Delarier. But that's key there because Nikola Tanaskovic, you know, he identifies that Brian Crawford goes for a very poor three-point shot. But Tanaskovic goes in for the offensive rebound. And what does it result? 2 free throws in the end now for the Igokea player. Well, Nikola Tanaskovic, originally from Serbia, started his career in Belgrade. Last season was playing for Borac Banja Luka, and before that with Mega Bemax. Johnson now posts up, turns around, fadeaway. CJ, Chris Johnson. Well, another player when you talk about versatility. You know, if you follow Dick and Lloyd Smith, DLS Coaching on Twitter, he made a great point about Chris Johnson. Sometimes Holon likes to go to a small lineup, and when they do that, you have Chris Johnson at the 5, and that was a good point made by Dick and Lloyd Smith. Chris Johnson now getting involved in a tussle. It's going to be a jump ball violation. Well, that's interesting because I felt Igokea had won the jump ball, but it's going to be possession. I mean, look at Johnson, a turnaround. That's Kobe Bryant in a Holon jersey. The Mamba. Well, beautiful shot from downtown. And the exact confidence was Brian Crawford. Well, he's got to have a good game here tonight. He's got to keep Igokea in this one. Well, Javin Delarier finds Aiden Dalton. Dalton now heavily guided by Tanaskovic. Finding Joey Raglan. Rags now giving up. There's a pump fake. There's mid-gap now kicking out. Johnson, he can make these threes up. Way off the mark. And the rebound secured, and now Marco Jashilo can push this one. Jashilo now, beautiful fast break. And that's much better from Igokea. I think we got an M1. So Tanaskovic is going to go to the free throw line here for a three-point play. Well, beautiful transition there. I mean, look at Marco Jashilo. Nobody comes out to stop him. Simple bounce pass. Well, somebody's got to come out and just not allow Marco Jashilo that much runway on transition. Well, makes a three-point play now. And this is good for Igokea. They got to come here with confidence in the early stages. They got to believe in themselves. Holon, especially in an atmosphere like this. Well, misgap now, giving this one up here to Raglan. Well, Raglan being heavily guided by Tanaskovic. Raglan goes to work. There's a kick out. Misgap tries a three, takes it, nails it. The assist coming from Joe Raglan. Remember, he needs 9 more to try and get to the 5th highest in the BCL history. Well, there's the hesitation now, goes in. I think they're gonna call another foul off the ball against Niv Misgav, I believe. Well, there was a three-pointer by Yelid Niv from downtown. We'll get another foul here off the board again. It's 14 fouls here for Holon. No more fouls to give. Well, CJ Harris back into the lineup now, and this is a big booster here. Second time now he's played for Hulonia. We'll try to cover the screen now. Takes a 3 is up, no good. Another offensive rebound. Igokea battling, but they go for another perimeter shot, and again, this time it's good. And Tabiawala from downtown. Well, again, playing with that confidence, getting the open looks, but more importantly, just hustling for every second chance. Igokea giving themselves every opportunity here to compete against Hulonia. Dalton now throwing this one down low. Goes down the middle now, goes for a tough one. Nobody going in for an offensive rebound. Maric secures the rebound. Igokea building confidence. Crawford curling off the screen, hesitating all the way, loses the ball. But still Igokea keeping alive. Another three-pointer. Can't get this one. Dalton with the rebounds. Well, in the lane now, doesn't get it. And another turnover. That's good defense, because when he reaches for the ball there, he's got the top of the ball. It's no foul whatsoever. Well, that's perfectly timed there by Tabiawala. Well, Brian Crawford now bring the ball up here for Igokea. Just trying to get things going now, trying to isolate. Well, here comes the post-up now, trying to take it to work. Goes base on reverse slam. Beautiful play. Well, you gotta love that now. Going straight at Aiden Dalton. And it's just taking him to school. Well, gets his first field goal of the game now. Well, Holon now just trying to battle here with this run now from Igokea. Ragland now looking to get something going. Penetrates all the way. Ragland goes in. Doesn't get it. Well, the problem for Hulonia, nobody going for offensive rebounds. And a turnover. Well, very costly there for Igokea. I mean, they got to try and make sure they capitalize on every opportunity. Crawford, well, he knows it. Just lost control of the basketball. Well, he knows this atmosphere. As I mentioned, he played for Hapoel Galil in the 2018-19 regular season. He actually scored 35 points here as the pick and pop beautifully tucked away. Well, Marvin Dr. Jones all of a sudden renowned for his pick and roll there, but just simply like the pick and pop for the mid-range. There's now Igokea here trying to battle back, trying to get a post up under the basket, wide open. Pump fakes, gets fouled by Aiden Dalton. So now Nikola Tanaskovic will go to the free throw line here for 2 shots. Guy Goodis, of course, usually one of those coaches, I wouldn't say he gets animated, but he demands perfection. A hard-working coach. He wants his players. There's now Sean Dawson coming into the game. Now, Sean Dawson played in the first ever season of the Basketball Champions League for Rishon LeZion. We're interested about Nikola Tanaskovic, as we mentioned. Part of his career, played for Mega Basket, the same club that developed some of the NBA greats, Nikola Jokic being one of them, Ivica Zubac, not to mention Goga Batadze from Georgia, and Nikola Jovic, currently drafted by the Miami Heat. So that's one hell of a club to play for. Well, Holon now just trying to find this identity here. Again, they've got the backing from the Purple Brothers. They go down to Marvin Jones, and the foul is going to be called against Tapio Waller. And just listen to the ironic cheer there from the home crowd. But I got to tell you, the referees have been spot on right now. Every call they've made has been to perfection. But you can never doubt and never question the loyalty of any basketball fan, especially here for Hulonia. These fans, they bleed purple, they bleed yellow. Ragnar now pick and roll there, finds Jones. Jones hangs in the air, doesn't get it. Big rebound by Johnson, and that's much better. And just when Hulonia were going for second chances, Chris Johnson just comes into play. Well, Tabiawala turns it over, but they're going to call a foul there. And that's going to be against C.J. Harris. That's interesting because at first glance, it looks like a turnover, but we'll have to look at the replay. Well, there's the pick and roll. I mean, look how Marvin Jones hangs in the air, but look, it's Chris Johnson. Out of nowhere, comes in for the big offensive rebound. Well, again, with 2:41 to go here, the good thing for Igokea, any more fouls will send him to the free throw line. Well, again, Igokea done a good job of riding the storm so far here in the first half. And again, have just found a good rhythm. As then Tabiawala counting the free throw line. Well, played his university basketball with Auburn. She started his professional career back in 2010 in Turkey. Now, he has a bit of Basketball Champions League experience. Remember, he played for KK Manaba as he played alongside Milko Bielica, Montenegrin national player, who didn't feature at the Eurobasket this summer, but nonetheless a legend within Montenegrin basketball. Well, Harris now looking to isolate here, pulls up in the mid-range, off the dribble, takes it, hits a front iron. Well, Jones going for the offensive rebound, was unable to get it. Igokea here with a 2-point lead. Just over 2 minutes to go. Now Ragland trying to pick his pocket. Good defense now, the kick out. Walla, another three, takes it, ices that one from downtown. And Tabiawala, well, he is simply cooking it at the moment. Well, look at the Bullman. It went down low there. The kick out come from the big man by Marich. Finding Waller on the perimeter. And now Guy Goodis. Let's go and listen to what he has to say in this timeout.
We're gonna go to the gun. Okay, now in 30, they're gonna be in zone, momentum zone all night. All night, I'm telling you right now. So it's better we're gonna play defensive and try to make the easy one. Anyway, on offense also, the speed is good versus momentum zone. Okay, so if you're playing like that, you are coming on the pitch, you see this one, okay, force a swing, and coordination in, on the corner, swing, corner, and play. Gun, okay? And let's keep it on defense, guys, let's go.
Well, Tabiawala at the moment, he's got to play with this confidence here for 4 quarters. I mean, Igokea, what a great opportunity it would be for them to win here tonight, and then to take it back to Bosnia-Herzegovina and to give themselves a chance of qualifying for the round of 16. I mean, the play-ins, take nothing for granted, though. I mean, you go back last season where Hulonia lost game 1 here against Besiktas, went on the road to Istanbul, and brought it back here in front of the home crowd. Well, Harris now will bring the ball up here for Hulonia. Trying to use that pick and roll again with Marvin Jones. They go to the big man, the double team comes. And good defense by Igokea. Again, the home crowd. Well, even he's clapping as well. That's brilliant. Well, Nikola Maric gets called for the overzealous foul, I believe. That's only the second team foul, so it's not a bad foul for Igokea, but Maric has got to be careful. I mean, Marvin Jones, he had a wonderful season last year for PAOK, especially in the Basketball Champions League. They lost out, of course. We'll try to back down here using another screen. Well, hesitated. This time he takes it, doesn't get it, gets his own rebound. Gets him up in the air now. Well, made his last three. Takes another one. Well, Niz Mivgav, as they would say in Hebrew, Hu mevashel b'mitbach. He is cooking it in the kitchen. Well, 2 for 2 from downtown from Mizgav. Usually playing a reserve role now. As Igokea now trying to go for a penetration kick out. There's a back down here. Tries to force his way in. Another kick out. They go for 3. 3 is up. And Igokea building with confidence. Well, Tanaskovic at the moment, 9 points That's his first trade ball of the game, giving Igokea a 5-point lead. Well, Harris kicking out again, looking for the post-up. Marvin Jones, double team coming from Maric. Well, Dawson was wide open, but Jones under the basket. Jones, that's got to be a goaltending. To Jones, given this man's reputation and seeing him play for PAOK last season in the Greek Hellenic League and in the Basketball Champions, you just know he was going to throw that one down, but I think Jones didn't realize how much help side was not around him at that time. Well, 3-point ball game now. Igokea could potentially go 2 for 1 here. There's the penetration now. There's the floater. Tries to go up the backboard. Another foul. Well, the foul is going to be cool against CJ Harris. Well, this is good for Igokea. Keep putting him into foul trouble, but, you know, Holon, they got to maintain the discipline. Let's have a look at the penetration now by Brian Crawford. And Niv Mizgaf, I don't think he's too happy with the call, but I got to agree with the official. There's definitely enough contact there to justify the foul. Well, he will go to the bench, take a breather. We'll have to pick up the technical foul, of course. The reason he's picked up 4 of those now, that could be a problem for Holon because obviously they had to start him tonight because CJ Harris just coming back into the lineup after recovering from injury. Well, Brian Crawford played for Wake Forest University. After leaving Wake Forest, as we mentioned, moved to Israel to play for Hapoel Galil. So spent some time playing in Lithuania and in Italy. Played for Basketball Champions League rivals Reggio Emilia. 6-point lead now here to Igokea. 20 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. To go down low, hit Marvin Jones. Jones a kick out. Finds Ragley. He's made 1-3. Rags from downtown. Bevakasha. Well, that is what Jordan Ragley needs to do now. Step up. Make this kingdom his home. Let everybody know that he's the go-to player. 1 second difference. Game clock and shot clock sizing up now. Step back between the legs. And again, somebody tell me, is that Brian Crawford? Well, Ragland's going to get fouled there, and that foul's going to get called on the ground. And I think the home crowd. Well, somebody tell me who that man is, because I think it's Brian Crawford. But that move looked like Jamal Crawford. I mean, is it Jamal Crawford or is it Brian Crawford? That is uncanny. Well, Holon have 4.7 seconds. So Dawson's going to inbound this. You know who the ball's going to. It's going to go to Ragland. He's going to attack the basket. The only problem now for Holon. Well, that's a bad pass now because he's got to get something going quick. Rags now, it's got to go quick now. Kicks out Dawson. 3 is up. And again, it's no good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the visitors from Bosnia-Herzegovina, Igokea have the lead here. 27-22, playing some good basketball on the road. And at the end of the first quarter, we'll show you some stats and some highlights. But so far, it's been good stuff from Igokea. At the moment, led by Nikola Tanaskovic. Well, the perimeter shooting 4 for 9 from downtown, 44%, 3 for 3 from within inside the rainbow, but also 9 for 10 for the free throw line. Igokea going in for second chances. Let's take a look now at the highlights. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and make sure you download the official Basketball Champions League mobile phone app on your smartphone, your tablet, or your Android to get all the best stats, news, and highlights that matter to you most. The official Basketball Champions League mobile phone app. Download it now. Also, make sure you follow the Basketball Champions League on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to get all the best content and highlights as we're in the play-ins now to see which teams will make it to the round of 16. Remember, this is season number 7 of the Basketball Champions League. Holon making it to the Final Four last year. Well, Harris now trying to isolate him. We got a foul into the basket. This is better here for Holon because Marvin Jones has got to work tonight. He's got to put them under pressure and draw more fouls. Holon now will have a sideline ball, trailing by 5 points. Harris now looking to go pick and roll with Marvin Jones. Kicks out again to Ragland. And another foul. It's his second team foul against Igokea. Well, it's not the start they want, of course. They want to maintain the pressure going forward. Well, it's going to be on Nenad Naradzic. Well, currently, Igokea have Nikola Tanaskovic, a top scorer, along with Naradzic, Kosta Kondic, Stefan Jordanovic, and Harris Delalic as well. So trying to utilize their bench as much as possible. Well, Harris now 6 in the shot clock. Got to get something going. Finds Dalton. Dalton with a pump fake. Hesitates. Three-pointer. And Dalton from downtown. Well, that's a big-time three-pointer by Aiden Dalton. That was right at the end of the shot clock. Cutting it down to a 2-point ball game. Well, Jordanovic now looking for a handoff. As the backdoor play goes in with a little floater. Yeah, beautifully comes down with a bit of snow right over Aiden Dalton's hand. 4-point lead now. Ragland finds Jones now. Jones in the lane. He gets fouled. And he's going to go to the free throw line. Jones was about to put Nikola Tanaskovic on a poster. Well, a hesitation by Ragland. A little bounce pass. And look at the elevation. Tanaskovic has got no choice but to foul him. But look at this play here, the baseline backdoor cut. As Kosta Kondic with a little floater right over Aiden Dalton. Pauk. I mean, that move was good for him, of course, because his numbers were near double figures. And again, he's really settled the life here at Holon. He missed the second free throw. Well, trying to get things going now. Well, there's the post up now. Looking to go baseline. Ragland comes over the double team. And now here, Joey Ragland trying to push this one. Well, trying to patiently build up now, using another screen from Marvin Jones. Harris now pump fakes, looks for penetration. Jones throws it down with a bit of authority. Well, Marvin Jones, Marvin Jones. Well, that was a beautiful play now. Cutting it down to a 1-point ball game. As Igokea trying to respond down the other end. There's a post up. Jones now gets rejected. Good defense by Dr. Jones. And all of a sudden, Holon now, the kick out. Harris, big three. Leshalosh, Toda, Rabah, Bevakasha, Chaver Sheli. CJ Harris nails it right in front of Achim Sagolim, the Purple Brothers. I mean, look at the ball movement. Ragland finding Dawson. One more pass. And all of a sudden, this is the house of Holon. Well, let's go and listen now to Coach Bayesh to see what he has to say to his players. Well, there was a play by C.J. Harris. The dish off to Marvin Jones, and the doctor with the easy little throw down. But look at the ball movement here. The unselfish transition play. Dawson finding C.J. Harris. And my word, if they missed him from his injury. Well, as we mentioned, the second time C.J. Harris now has played for Holon, getting his first fill. He does have one rebound for that matter. A bit of full court pressure now. That's going to be a foul against C.J. Harris. Well, definitely was a little bit of contact there, but not enough to solidify an offensive foul, because you look, Harris has got hands all over. He's all over Naranjo. Well, Harris, I think, comes down, hits him first. But the officials will review. Well, this will be interesting because they got a decision to make now. Maybe they're going to call this one against Nenad Naranjic. I thought personally there was a foul against C.J. Harris before, but this will take precedence, I believe. Yep, right there. Slap in the head. So the officials now have a big decision to make. This will be interesting, because I thought they were the left arm. That's where I thought the... Let's have a look at this replay. No, maybe not. So I thought when Harris came down, he made contact, but from that angle, you don't see it as much. From this angle, it does look like it, but there's definitely contact there from Nenad Naranjic. Well, the unsportsmanlike's been upgraded. So it's going to be 2 free throws, and they're going to get the ball back. And that is going to be a huge blow to Igokea. And he's going to be frustrated, because if Naranjic was clever, you know, you've got C.J. Harris up in the air, he's jumped. What you got to do is make contact with him. It's going to be a foul against him. Now, I'm not saying he tried to deliberately hit him in the face, but again, it was just a careless play. Well, Harris makes both free throws, but Holon now will get the ball back. Well, leading now by 4 points. Looking to throw this one down low. Good help side defense by Naranjic. They leave Harris wide open. Another 3. Punishes them. C.J. Harris starting to light it up now, hitting his second three-pointer. And he now moves up to 8 points. Igokea, no more fouls to give. Holon only with 1. Well, coming off another screen, taking another 3-point. That's a much better response. And again, just keeping Kosta Kondic. Well, trying to keep Igokea in this game. Well, another deep 3. Harris tries to go for it, doesn't get it. Now Igokea. Again, trying to get this one going. Well, looking for the post up now. And trying to cut this down to a 2-point ball game. Naranjic, one more pass to get another open look. The 3 is up. No good. The rebound by Jones. And now Holon trying to push this in transition with C.J. Harris. Harris all the way goes in. Finger roll and 1. Well, somebody tell me, is it C.J. Harris? Because the way he went to the basket. I mean, look at this. In transition, the crossover. But look how he gets to the bucket. That is George Gervin with the Iceman finger roll in a Holon jersey. Well, we might as well call him the Holon Iceman. Well, making a 7-point ball game. Holon now with all the confidence. But Igokea, they need to stay in this one. Kosta Kondic, again a player who has stepped up a few times. Naranjic for a deep 3, and that is a big-time play by Nenad Naranjic. Well, Igokea showing the confidence, showing the ability here from the perimeter. And exactly why they're a team that's been able to compete for a position in the Basketball Champions League play-ins this season. And Dalton now with a post-up hit, got it by Brian Crawford. Kicks out to Ragland's made 2 threes. The follow-up, Dr. Jones. Are you serious? Well, Marvin Jones. That is unbelievable. And there's a pick and roll now. Naranzic making his last 3-pointer. Kicking this one out. They try another pump fake. Holon now stepping up the defense more aggressively. 5 on the shot clock. Got to get something going. Kondic from the Winter League logo. Doesn't get it. Jones with a rebound. Now you can see Ragland trying to push this one. Jones now faking the screen. Goes in a little hook shot. Yes, he does. One more time, Dr. Jones. Well, he is just going to work. Getting the M1. Well, look at Jones here. Hesitation. Straight to the basket. Goes in a little floater. And he loves it. Well, Igokea had their last donut, but nobody shouted box out. But Dr. Jones said, Lila Tov, good night. And again, it's just been a punishment now from Holon. And just when Igokea started to have the confidence, Aiden Dalton just reminds him that they need to tighten up on defense. Well, there's a penetration by Brian Crawford, but a foul is going to be called, I believe. The foul was on the ground. That's only the second team foul here for Holon. Well, Holon now with the biggest lead of the game, 10 points. Igokea had the biggest lead of 6 points. Now they got to try and chip back into this one. Walla now kicking this one out. Well, here's the switch on defense on the basket. Can they get it right at the end of the shot clock? Tanaskovic been really quiet here in the second quarter. And they need him to keep things going. Now he now moves up to 11 points. Rags now from the love pass. Good defense, but Dalton comes up with a loose ball. And Igokea, they got to be better than that. 7 now for Dawson. Dawson with a crossover. Back down the middle. Dawson goes through, kicks out. Ragland, 3, takes it. Doesn't get it. Jones with another offensive rebound. And again, Holon, 2 back-to-back offensive rebounds. And there's going to be an offensive foul here. Now, I'm not sure they've called this one on, but it's going to be possession back to Igokea. Well, there was a penetration by Kondic, right, finding Tanaskovic. Just a sweet little floater. But it's just a simple play like that when the shot clock is running down. Costa Kondic is able to break the defense down. And then a cut to the basket. That's how Igokea need to stay in this game. They don't need the one-on-one plays. They don't need the heroics. They got to play together. Well, Walla tries another 3. This guy is simply cooking it from downtown as he hits his 3rd tray ball tonight. Well, if he can keep it going, he will keep Igokea in this game. He'll give them a chance. It's Harris now looking to penetrate, loses dribble. And now we're under 10 on the shot clock. Gonna use a pick and roll here. Finds Jones now. Jones going for the mid-range pick and pop, doesn't get it. As Johnson tries to tip back, and in the end, he draws a foul. But it's the same problem if Igokea. They don't box out. Well, Frédéric Baudillion checks into the game for the first time. What we should know about Frédéric Baudillion is that he comes from the INSEP Academy in Paris, the same place where Tony Parker played and Boris Diaw. Highly regarded youth player, holds dual nationality of both France and Israel. Well, Chris Johnson now makes both free throws. 7-point ball game here to Holon. Well, just under 4 minutes to go now. Igokea trying to stay in this one. Trying to use a ball screen now, just loses balance. Wala has made a few threes, takes another one. Doesn't get that one. Well, De Leon with the rebound. Again, Holon trying to push the tempo here, not taking their foot off the pedal, refusing to pull the brakes. Johnson now quickly catches it, doesn't get it, but does enough. Well, Jones, well, what was Marvin Jones thinking? Well, somebody explain that move to me, because Dr. Jones is just improvising. Somebody, please show me the replay of what Marvin Jones just did. Well, there's a play by Chris Johnson. Now watch what Marvin Jones does. Behind the back, between the legs. Oh, אני אוהב איך שמרווין הולנס משחק כדורסל. I love how this guy plays basketball. That is unbelievable. Again, here's the play by Marvin Jones. Behind the back, between the legs. That's it. Toda rabah, thank you. That is Marvin Jones. Well, he's going to work right now, dominating. Getting at ones, getting buckets. And getting putbacks. Look at the throwdown. Throw it down, Dr. Jones. Holon now trying to get a stop at another three-point line. Hapoel Wala. Well, this guy is continuing to cook it for downtown. Well, just like he did back in his KK Manaba days. Hits his 4th treble tonight, 4 for 7. Again, making it a 7-point ball game. Well, Holon now trying to share the ball as Dawson with the penetration. Good defense, turns it over. And that is going to be Igokea ball. 2:35 to go. Well, look at the range on this man. Well, Wallace feeling it right now. You might as well get the ball to him. But De Leon trying to face guard and Hapoel Wala. Condish now, good help side defense. Chris Johnson with a hand. Finding De Leon. What do we have now? Jones in the lane, tries to throw it down, doesn't get it. And that's going to be possession back to Holon. And the VIP fans. Hey, get back to your seat, please. Trying to get on the court. Well, possession's going to be the baseline ball here as Hayden Dalton comes back into the game. Sean Dawson just takes a breather. Well, getting a handoff now. We're going to throw it down. Johnson just able to seal it off, and Johnson again gets it to drop. Well, just like Dick and Lloyd Smith said, you want to go small ball with Hapoel with Holon, you put Chris Johnson at the 5, and that's what they've done here. He tries to make a bit of contact. He draws a foul, and a good play by Brian Crawford. He'll go to the free throw line. The foul is going to be against Joe Ragland with 1:43 to go here in the first half. And a chance now here for Igokea to chip into the deficit. Well, makes both free throws now and cutting down a 6-point ball game. This is good for Igokea. Keep themselves in this game. High-scoring game here. And you'd expect that from these two teams. Well, Igokea going into a 2-3 zone. And that's a big, big decision to make against a team that shoots the ball so well. Johnson kicking out here, losing control. Well, Dalton trying to post up, goes for the fadeaway. Dalton goes in, doesn't get it. The follow-up by Marvin Jones. Well, one thing they didn't do good in the first quarter, they're doing a better job. Jones on the basket, pump fakes, and throws it down. Dr. Jones, the assist coming from Joe Ragland. Well, this is a big-time play now. They try another deep three. Three is up, no good. And that came from Brian Crawford. 8-point lead here to Holon. Baudillion, he'll light up, he'll take it, and he will nail it from downtown. And pumps his chest to Achim Sagolim. Well, Igokea's got to stay in this one now. They got to try and get a good offense. They got to be composed, and they got to try and get a stop down the other end. They played some good basketball, led by Ntabiawala. Crawford now looking to give this one up, finding Walla. Got it by Baudillion. Walla now pulls up in the mid-range. And that's a good play because now he'll go to the free throw line and a chance to cut this down to single digits. Well, that's the price you play when you go to a 2-3 zone. You're going to leave too many shooters wide open. And Igokea, they cannot afford to go to that. Well, Ntabiawala makes the first free throw. He played his university basketball prior to going to Auburn at Northwest Florida State. Also played for Gaziantep. Spent some time playing in Kosovo as well for Pristina. We got a timeout now. This guy Goodis is going to try and draw something up here for the final shot of the first half. Holon leading by 9 points against Igokea. Well, he did say CJ at the end there, so no doubt it'd be one of the options, but that's the thing here with Holon. There's so many players that you could try and draw a play up for the last shot. I mean, ideally, you're going to put the ball in the hands of Joe Ragland, try to get him to cradle, maybe even CJ Harris, you never know, but again, so many players that can really shoot the basketball. Well, they're going to run this down here as Ragland's going to get the ball. It looks like it's going to be a double high screen now from both Frederic Baudillion and CJ Harris, but well, Dalton's coming up now. Back pick here for Baudillion. Ragland kick out to Harris, but a foul has been committed, and it's a silly foul to give away because now Joe Ragland will go to the free throw line. You know, Igokea did a good job on the previous play, but then Tabiawala getting into the charity stripe, chipping it, making it single digits. And all they had to do is get a stop it, but you don't want to give free throws away here to Holon, especially not Joe Ragland. As now CJ Harris will go to the bench, take a breather. Well, Joe Ragland, of course, played a couple times against Igokea when he was playing in the midst of his professional career. And again, he's one of those players really hasn't made a name for himself, but he misses the second free throw. So Igokea, another chance here. Forced it up the three, and that's going to go into the VIP section. And ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first half, it's a 10-point lead here to Hapoel Atsmon Holon as they lead 57-47 in game one of the play-ins here in the Basketball Champions League. Remember, it's not a do or die here, so whoever wins this game, they'll have to win the following game to go through, or we could potentially go to a third game because it is the best of three. We'll show you some of the stats. Holonia, 57% from the perimeter, 8 for 14, while 47 for Igokea. These two teams really have shut the lights out here this evening. 7 assists for Holon, and they have led the rebounds, 19-11. Well, if we take a look at the top scorers, Marvin Dr. Jones, 15, and Tabiawala, 16 with 4 3-pointers. Tanaskovic and Harris with 11 each, while Crawford has 10. Let's take a look at the highlights now from the first half.
Bosnians come again through the Oshilo. No way through. Watson with the grab.
Well, the behind the back pass. Oh, Mats has got a fish. That is BEA, beautiful basketball. That's a bit of Greek magic. Evkaristo.
Up and running, 2 seconds to go. Oh, you beauty! Shot to nothing, and sometimes they go in. Get in there. Fantastic.
Wojciechowski, back out. Shot clock's against Jones, but he slices inside. At the top move! What a magnificent score by Bryce Jones!
Tell the shot clock is going to run a pick and roll here with Hayden Dalton. And now going behind the back. Almost loses it. Oh, behind the back. Oh, baby! Joe Radman, are you serious? With the behind the back dive.
Jukic just did really well in the game. 15 points. Can he win it for them? Baby hook shot. Oh, magnificent! Has he won it on the buzzer? Oh, Darko Jukic has been magnificent throughout the game. Kratzer. Now rejected. No way, not this time. McGriff denying Kratzer. Key moment.
Another alley. Oh my goodness gracious! Marcus Foster, are you serious?
Still back in the game, guarded by Franca. He's picked. Oh, behind the back pass. Goodness gracious. Look at this. Look at this. Just no look behind the back pass. And Gavin Ware just says, are you kidding me? I know what to do with this.
Will it be finished? No, it won't, because that's a fantastic piece of defense. And now he's on the offense. Morgan set it up, and it was dropped in.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, now to the second half of the Basketball Champions League play-in series here between Hapoel Atsmon Holon, our hosts, and the visitors from Bosnia and Herzegovina, KK Igokea. Well, the visitors started the game off the better of the two teams, going after many offensive rebounds. They had 4 3-pointers at the end of the first quarter, but Hulonia just went off to a different gear, led by Marvin Jones in the second quarter. Some good play, of course, from CJ Harris along with Joe Ragland. Let's listen now here to Coach Guy Goodis.
Marvin, same side. Here's going to be at the elbow. Hey, you're going to go through CJ. Coming on the end of Sagan. Hand off with Joe. So Joe will get the ball. Stick to weak. In. Circle. And Joe, try to look at field on this. Exit and stick to the middle of the bank.
Chris, if you don't get it, go all the way corner.
Huh?
Go all the way corner if you don't get it.
Okay, then Marvin, now after the split, he does the best. If you are coming, back, okay, he's coming up and he's coming to the corner.
That's a real ball screen. That's not a listen to me. Hey, that's a real. Come on.
Wait.
Yeah, that's a real.
After you do the thing, that's the weak thing. Yeah. Okay, let's start on defense, let's go.
Here we go. Hapoel.
Well, it's only a 10-point lead here for Hulonia, and Igokea led by that man, and Tabiawala. 16 points so far this evening. Definitely can get back in this one. Well, you got to play smart, composed basketball. You know what Igokea doesn't need right now is heroes. They need to be together. You got some great players on there. Brian Crawford, along with the likes of Nikola Tanaskovic and Tabiawala, but they have to be one as a whole. Holon are the team that have the individual talent. They're the team that have the players that can step up and step in at any moment. And that's not how Igokea needs to play here tonight. They got to be collective. They got to do it here in the second half. Well, Igokea now will have the first possession here of the second half and try to get things going. Well, currently got Crawford, Marco Yoshilo, along with Nikola Maric. Tanaskovic on the court. There's a penetration. Yoshilo now drawing the foul. That's going to be another foul here against Joe Ragland. Well, he's got to be careful he doesn't pick up too many. Well, it's only a second personal foul now here for Joe Ragland. But again, he's got to try and make sure he plays very composed, because if he gets in the foul trouble, it's going to be a problem here for Holon. And there's a kick out. There's a three-point three is up. The three is good from downtown. Well, Holon now. Ragland now trying to use a pick and roll. Patiently trying to build up now. A few seconds left. Harris has got to pull up for a Hail Mary three from no man's land. Doesn't get it. Well, the rebound secured. Now Igokea. This is where they got to try and push this one. Get some buckets. And there's another foul. And the foul is going to be on the ground. It's going to be against Chris John. Well, Igokea now just taking advantage here in transition, coming up with some defensive stops, and it's one where they've got to keep playing like this. Use the momentum going forward. Trying to hand off that. Good hands by Tabiawala. Well, he now takes his tally up to 18 points. Weiler at the moment 5 for 8 here from the field. 2 assists, 0 rebounds. And again, he's out there for one reason, and that's to put points on the bucket here. Well, Harris now using the pick and roll. Marvin Jones. Jones at 15. Ragland's made 2 threes. Doesn't get this one. Well, starting to believe in themselves now. Back to a 5-point ball game. Can gut it down to a 1-possession game here behind the back. Well, you got to keep it alive. 10 on the shot clock now. Crawford takes another 3. 3 is up. The 3's no good. Johnson just able to secure the rebound now. Hulonia will push this one. Ragland dug. Beautiful fast break basketball there. And that is showtime. Holon. Well, the assist coming again from Joe Ragland. Well, there's a hot screen called there. Bryant now in the lane, doesn't get it. The foul is going to be called off the ball, I believe. Well, look at this fast break in. Look at the dime coming from Ragland, finding Hayden Dalton. Oh, that is just beautiful there. I mean, this is the house of Joe Ragland. You ask any fan here of the Achim Sagolim, the Purple Brothers, he is King Ragland, King Joseph. Well, there's a post-up now, and the pass goes up, but it doesn't get it. A rebound by Marvin Jones. And now Rags will push this one. Well, good defense by Brian Crawford. Still keeps it alive. And Chris Harris, that goes out of bounds. That's going to be an Igokea ball, I believe. But no, I think they're going to call foul. They're going to call foul here against CJ Harris, I believe. Foul is on Crawford. That's interesting because I thought this should have been called against CJ Harris, but the officials obviously didn't like what they saw there. Well, Harris left wide open, takes it, doesn't get it. Again, Hayden Dalton doing just enough there to follow for an offensive rebound. 7-point lead to Holon. Oh, it's got to be a turnover. Surely he stepped out of bounds. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Ragland is now 2 assists away from becoming the 5th player in Basketball Champions League history to get 300 assists. It was only a few games ago when he broke the assist record against Legia Warszawa, where he set the record for 18 assists in one game. That record was once held by Scotty Reynolds, Igokea Sabona of Croatia, and of course, from Machino Huertas, playing for Lenovo Tenerife. But Joe Ragland is the dime king. Just listen to those fans here. Unbelievable atmosphere here at the Toto Arena. As now Georgievich checks into the game. As now Marish will take a breather. So Ragland, just like he had to do against Legia Warszawa when he broke the record, 2 more assists for Joey Ragland, and he'll be the 5th player in Basketball Champions League history. Can it be 9? Make that 9! 9 assists for Joe Ragland, but a big-time 3-pointer for Chris Johnson. Ragland needs 1 more assist to be a part of the exclusive group, to be the 5th player in the history of Basketball Champions League to get into that 300 assist category. Joe Ragland, deja vu. Here we go again. Well, he is the king dime, the super facilitator. Well, in the lane now, goes up with a tough move, but he can't get it. Jones with the rebound. Well, here we go now. Ragland Is he going to get that 300 assists? Is he going to be the 5th player in the history of the Basketball Champions League? Ragland out. There's a handoff. Finding Marvin Jones. Jones now finding Ragland. Ragland, there it is. Well, Joe Ragland is going to miss an opportunity to be the 5th player in the history of the Basketball Champions League to make 300 assists because the ball got jammed on the hoop. Joey Ragland's about to make history, and the basketball says, it ain't happening. Are you serious? What's up in the game? But that's no criticism to Marvin Jones. He's been excellent. That was a tough pass, but maybe the nostalgia as Delorier checks into the game. 24 points in the paint now for Holon. And the reason Holon had the ball because he got jammed, it turns out to be a jump ball possession, which the possession arrow went in favor of Holon. Well, Ragland here coming off one screen. Ragland, there's a lob. History, congratulations, Joe Ragland, the 5th player in the history of the Basketball Champions League to make 300 assists. Delorier with the lob. Joey Ragland, like he did against Legia Warszawa, has made history at the Toto Arena once he broke the record for most assists, and now he's the 5th player with 300 assists. Congratulations, Joe Ragland, making history once again. Well, Waller now had a hot hand in the first half. Can't get this one. As Brian Crawford gets a loose ball, he'll try and shoot it, doesn't get it. Delorier with a rebound, and now Holon with a 13-point lead in the lane. Now Johnson finds Dalton, just fumbles it. And Ragland here, you can see coming off one screen, the pick and pop again. Well, Ragland doesn't want to stop giving. The facilitator, King Dime, superhero Joe Ragland. Well, he's not done making history. He finds Aiden Dalton, and just listen to Achim Sagolim. I mean, look at the dime there from the super facilitator, Joe Ragland, and nails it. This is the house of King Joseph Ragland. Well, it's just dime after dime from Joe Ragland. The vision, the ability to find his teammates, to get the rock to them in the sweet spot. He did it here against Legia Warszawa. Most assists in the game, 18, setting a Basketball Champions League record. And that dime right there, he's now the 5th player in the history of the Basketball Champions League to make over 300 assists. Joe Ragland, I tell you something, this is the house, the kingdom, the palace of King Joseph. Well, he's actually 3 points away from a double-double, but again, he's all about facilitating this man. Well, good hands now. Well, Delorier, well, ladies and gentlemen, oh, he fumbles it. We were about to have liftoff there. I thought Ragland should have gone with the lob, but the former Duke Blue Devil just fumbling the pass in transition, but you know, with a 16-point lead here with 4:32 to go, you can kind of feel that everything is going in favor of Holon. Well, Delorier now, the foul is going to be cool for the reach. And Igokea, got to realize now, with 4:19 to go, this game is not over. They got to keep battling here. And this is good for them because they're going to go to the free throw now with Brian Crawford. Well, Brian Crawford, again, has been relatively quiet in the first game. Well, the first half, excuse me. Along with Hapoel Atsmon. Again, that's why you can never take your foot off the pedal when you play against Holon, especially here in the Toto Arena. You know, if they can try and cut it down to single digits going into the fourth quarter, I mean, Igokea can give themselves a chance, because this game is definitely not over. We gotta make the free throws though. 15-point ball game. Holon with the lead now. Well, that was the biggest lead they had so far. Ragland now has made 2 threes, takes a deep one, and there you go. Double-double for King Joseph, for King Time, for super facilitator. I don't think any other player deserves it more, but the reverse lay that beautiful play from Brian Crawford, avoiding the block from Delorier. Cutting it back down to a 16-point ball game. Ragland hesitation now all the way. There's a kick out. Johnson down the lane. One more. Dalton wide open. Dalton takes it, nails it. One outcome. Holon just beautifully moving the basketball. Well, if you saw the highlight there, we mentioned it. Joe Ragland already had the double-double, but tough move in the lane by Brian Crawford. Well, the whole crowd wanting a charge there, but this guy is so talented. He's got to have that confidence. He's got 15 points here tonight. Down low to Johnson. Johnson off the backboard. No foul. Well, the foul's a little bit late, and I think that's a little bit of a harsh call there against Igokea, because, you know, in my mind, Stefan Djordjevic, I think he plays good defense. There's a kick out to Hayden Dalton. Well, Ragland, history maker yet again, goes to the bench to take a breather. Is now Chris Johnson, the former NBA player who played with the Philadelphia 76ers, the Utah Jazz, the Boston Celtics. Also played for the rivals of both the Basketball Champions League and the Israeli Winter League, who are already in the final round of 16. Hapoel Atsmon Holon. And again, if Holon wins this series, we're going to have a Winter League derby here in the Basketball Champions League. That is going to be something special. Two fan bases. They made the semifinals last year in the Winter League. Holonia, thanks to Tyrese McGee, won it in Game 3 and went on to win the championship against Bnei Herzliya. Well, a beautiful jump shot, beautifully tucked away by Hapoel Atsmon. He's been relatively quiet here in the second half, but he's got to keep it going now. 20 points to Walla. Well, Niv Mizgav checking back in this game after he picked up 4 personal fouls. Johnson for a 3 in the corner, takes it, doesn't get it. And a rebound here by Naranzic. Igokea looking to push this one. Cross the Kondic on the ball. Wall now pulls up for another mid-range, doesn't get it. And a rebound by Chris Johnson. Now it's a bit of a forced effort there from Igokea. Well, Holon now with just over 2 minutes ago, not trying to rush anything. Dalton made his last 3. Hail Mary, takes it, nails it. Lila Tov. Good night from Hayden Dalton. Well, Dalton now 4 3-pointers. He is simply cooking it here tonight. Well, Igokea trailing by 20 points. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. There's a penetration, there's a kick out. The 3 is up. And the 3 is beautifully tucked away by Nikola Tanaskovic. But that's simple basketball. It's much better from Igokea when they get the spacing right. Tanaskovic hitting his second 3-pointer. Once they get that spacing, they make those penetrations, they make the defense break down, then they can get some more open looks. Remember I said, Igokea don't need heroes. They got to play together. Well, Mizgav now step back in the corner, doesn't get it. And the rebound secured. As Hapoel Atsmon again trying to go for the tough fadeaway. The foul's been called, and that's much better. So he'll go back to the free throw line and a chance to chip into the deficit. While now making the second free throw. Again, 1:11 to go here. They can try and get 2 more possessions before going into the fourth quarter. Igokea just need to keep their composure. One thing in the fourth quarter they got to try and make sure they don't do is give away too many fouls at the beginning. They don't want to let Holon have any momentum. And this guy had the three-point, doesn't get it. Gets the Bordilli one. He made his last three-pointer, and Frédéric Bordillon from downtown. Back to a 19-point ball game. Beautiful ball movement here from Holonia. And Igokea again, knowing this will definitely go to a second game, of course. This penetration doesn't get it by Kostakondic. Battling for the offensive rebound. Delorier comes up with it. And you can see now, 9 seconds difference, but Guy Goodis signaling to his players, don't take your foot off the pedal. In the lane, goes up with it. Can he get it? And doesn't get it, but followed by Dawson. Well, he's left too wide open. He'll take it. And hits nothing there. But now Igokea can have the last shot here. They want to try and make sure they get something good here. Trailing by 19. There comes the triple team. There's a kick out. Naranzic down the middle. Under the basket. Beautifully thrown down. And a two-handed jam. And what a way to end the third quarter. Oh, the throwdown was just magnificent there by Stefan Djordjevic with a bit of authority. That's a little bit of confidence Igokea can take going into the fourth quarter. I'll show you some stats and some highlights here. But Djordjevic again just reminded Holonia there's another quarter to go. Well, 10 three-pointers from Igokea, 14 for Holonia. It is a cookout right now between these two teams. Well, that was the play, of course, the three-pointer from downtown. That came from Yoshilo. Well, this is really good here from Hapoel. I mean, they cut it down to 5 points. And you kind of felt the comeback was on here from Igokea. They were trailing by 10 at the beginning of the second half. But Joe Ragland, 5 assists here in the third quarter. Well, it's just understanding when you got so many options, so many perimeter shooters, it's no surprise that Ragland picks up so many dimes. Well, that was a lot, but that was the 10th assist that put him up out of the exclusive group of making himself the 5th player with over 300 in the Basketball Champions League. And that was a deep three-pointer that gave Joe Ragland a double-double. And that was the penetration by Brian Crawford. But they haven't had enough of that, of course, here in the third quarter, as Hayden Dalton's made 2 three-pointers so far. Well, what a play there, the rejection. Well, good defense. We're back here for the fourth quarter. Dalton now finds Delorier and throws it home. And at the moment, Igokea with no hope, no identity whatsoever here. There's Javin Delorier doing it on both ends of the floor. Well, trying to post this one down to Marco Yoshilo. There's the post up now, kicking this one out, a few seconds left. Well, we gotta get a shot up now. It's gonna be a 24-second violation. A good defense by Holonia. Well, Yoshilo had 2 chances there to get something going, but and just listen to Achim Sagolin, the Purple Brothers. Yalla Holonia, as they would say. Well, look at the rejection. I don't think he does much of the blocking there. I think, well, he does actually, yes. Delorier did get a hand on him, my apologies. And then Delorier with the final touch, it says, Lila Tough, good night. Well, Dawson now looking for a penetration now, a little fadeaway, puts a little bit too much on it. And doesn't get anything from that one, and now Igokea can try to push this. In the lane now, looking to go baseline. Yoshilo with another kick out. Moranzic with the pump fake. He pulls up in the mid-range. Doesn't get it. And the rebound secured by Sean Dawson. Ragland now trying to push the brakes on this one. Dalton down the middle. That's good transition defense by Igokea, but the gamble behind the back. Are you serious? Well, if that had gone in, that would have been brilliant. Well, there's a turnover now. There's Ragland looking to push. Ragland crossover all the way. Razzle dazzle. King Joseph Ragland. Is it your feet? That is a beautiful move. Well, I like to call this Babait Shel Joe Ragland, the house of the king. Tisham Tisham.
Special force. Šone, jel tebe čuva Dalton? Sa njim special force.
Čuva Dalton, idi bez blokade. Egli kući u pik.
Ej, bez blokade, bez. Ideš pik, otvori pop. Pas, dosta ovde, pik napad. Ajde.
Well, one more time, killer crossover. Well, he's looking like Stephon Marbury out there. Yoshilo, goodbye, good night. Le'etrot, as they would say in Hebrew. Well, a bit of full court pressure now from Joe Ragland. Yeah, Holon, it's not enough here to win. They want to send a message going into the next game. There's 8 minutes left now. And there's a little bit of content. That's a much better move there by Brian Crawford. Well, the foul is on Hayden Dalton, and that's his third personal foul. There won't be too much worry now here for Hulonia. Well, Brian Crawford missing the first free throw. Originally coming from Silver Spring, Maryland, grew up in Washington, D.C., but as you mentioned, spent a few seasons playing in the NCAA with Wake Forest, the University of both Chris Paul and Tim Duncan. So definitely coming from a high-profile NCAA program, but in the Pro Bowls, of course, Igokea, one of the rising clubs within Bosnia-Herzegovina. Well, 20-point lead now here to Hulonia. Ragland with the ball. Bordillion takes another Hail Mary three. Bordillion! Une, deux, trois, s'il vous plaît. Well, he's just lighting it up again. Why do they keep leaving him wide open? That's a question. He's made two. And there's a blocking foul, and that's the right call there because Bordillion didn't have the right positioning. That's an excellent call by the official. Well, it was smarter play by Stefan Djordjevic because his movement was a lot quicker. Had he taken a little bit longer, they would have given Frédéric Bordillion just a little bit more time to get set. And there you can see Mishpacha Sagula, the Purple family, Achim Sagulum. And the Purple Brothers, they like to be called. And there you can see chanting the name of Hayden Dalton. Well, Stefan Djordjevic taking the first free throw here for Igokea. Well, still a relatively young player, of course, from Leskovac, Serbia. Also played at FNP for a brief bit of time, but also started his career as a youth academy prospect in Belgrade. Well, Bordillion's made 3 threes in and out on that one. Maybe a bit lucky there for Igokea. And you can hear the Holon fans get. Just trying to stay in this one. It's not enough to win. They want to dominate this game. Narandzic, Jones and Fountain goes to the free throw line. That's a smart play because, you know, at this stage, Igokea has just got to keep attacking the basket, keep getting to the free throw line. And then Narandzic, he might not be going anywhere. But the way that Holon are playing right now, they want to steal the ball, they want to get blocked shots, and they want to get out in transition. You know, but Igokea has got to take advantage of this. And now Nenad Narandzic will take the 2 free throws. Point ball game now, under 7 minutes to go. Raglan pump fakes, one more pass. Marvin Jones, are you serious? The Dime King, Joe Raglan, finding Marvin, Dr. Jones. Yalla Holon. 12 assists now for Raglan. He's already made the record books. 5th player in the history to get over 300 assists in the Basketball Champions League. And it's still now Raglan. Well, Joe Raglan, what do we have behind the back? Oh my goodness gracious. Sean Dawson. Somebody call the ambulance. We got a body fall here. Sean Dawson, are you serious? Well, Raglan throws dimes left, right, and center behind the back, and Dawson taking no prisoners. Well, I'd say Brian Crawford's a very lucky man there. He's not going to be on every single social media platform tomorrow morning. Well, Sean Dawson just joining Holon as of this season after playing with B'nai Hitzliel last season. Now, he was a member for Maccabi Rishon LeZion in the first ever season of the Basketball Champions League back in 2016-17. Spent a bit of time playing in the ACB, but grew up, his father was an American professional player who played in the Israeli Winter League and spent his years growing up in the city of Eilat in the south of Israel. Well, Narandzic now looking for a post up here against Dawson. 23-point lead to Holon. Crawford now wide open, doesn't get it. Jones with a rebound and just effortlessly grabs the board. Dawson down the lane. Gonna have to try and slow this one down now. No need to rush this. And just look at Mishpacha Sagula, Achim Sagulim, Anachnu Holon, as they would say. Yalla Holon. I mean, these fans are phenomenal. Should have seen them last season in the Final Four. Raglan kicking out, good ball movement. Dawson now, he'll try a 3, fires it, doesn't get it, but the rebound by Marvin Jones. Cross court again, finding Dawson, and again Holon with another chance. When Johnson thought about taking it, draws a foul, and that's going to be the 13th foul here against Igokea. Well, King Joseph, the Dime King, super facilitator. Joe Raglan will go to the bench, take a breather. Just over 5.5 to go here. Was Niv Mizgab playing point guard duty now. There's a penetration out to Johnson. Well, he can make these, he'll take it. Doesn't get it. Well, now we're under 5.5 minutes to go here. Igokea, again, they have to play to the end. It's about identity. Remember, it's another game to play. They want to try and make it to a 3-game series. There's a deep 3, it's up, no good. Jones with the rebounds. Well, Niv Mizgav now running circles around the screens like Sonic. Puts up off the backboard. Again, doesn't get it. Well, just a bit of a barren spell here for Holon. Something Guy Goodis definitely doesn't want to see his players do is take their foot off the pedal. Keep the momentum going forward. Keep pushing the pressure. They know they got to play another game. They got to go to Bosnia-Herzegovina. Lorenzic down. That's a much better post move, and you know he's got to identify this. And he's been guarded by Niv Mizgav. He's got to try and isolate him in the low block. Take advantage of the mismatch. And down to Jones now. 10 on the shot clock. Jones trying to post up against Tanaskovic. Takes a mid-range fadeaway. Dr. Jones. Sweet as you like with a mid-range jump shot. And that's why they bought him from PAOK. They saw what he was doing last season in Thessaloniki in the north of Hellas in Greece. And they said, why not come to Israel? Come to the city Holon. Come to the town. The team where PJ Tucker was a champion in 2008. And there's the three. The three is beautifully tucked away. That's a nice shot by Kosa Kondic. He played some good minutes in the first half, but he's been so quiet here in the second. 20-point lead here to Holon. Actually, there you can see leaving with more assists and points. And this gap now kicks out of Dawson. Well, Jones again for the mid-range. Hits the front iron, doesn't get it. A bit of sloppy possession there from Holonia. Well, we're going to throw this one down low here. The post-up guided by Chris Johnson. Johnson with a great post defense, trying to force his way in. Tanaskovic doesn't get it. Well, Bordillion now. There's the alley-oop. Does he connect? Yes, he does. Wow. Slicha Odim Yisrael, but Sean Dawson connects with it. Maybe just time to position himself a little too early there, but that would have been the icing on the cake for Holonia. Well, Yashila now kicking out to Naranzic. Naranzic deep three is up, no good. Well, that's a good look though. It's a penetration, a kick out. I think maybe, well, we got an unsportsmanlike. I think they're going to call this one against Nada Naranzic. Or maybe they're going to call it, unless they're going to call it against Otavio Waller, I'm not sure. Well, CJ Harris is going to come in for the last 2:45. And again, just listen to Mishpacha Sagula, Achim Sagulim. Well, Johnson's going to get 2 free throws. And they're going to get the ball back. Again, some more changes coming in here for Holonia. So now they're trying to get the youth players a little bit of playtime here. Now you can see Dawson going to the bench, take a breather. Shaha Amir, one of their players from their academy prospects coming into the game. Well, CJ, Chris Johnson makes the first free. Now Kendrick Gray, his absence from the game has played a big role in this one, of course. Now if he is ready next week in game 2, this is going to be a different game on the road in Bosnia-Herzegovina. Kendrick Gray came to the Basketball Champions League playing for Iranimburg in 2017-18. Then he went to Ike to play just prior to the global lockdown. But prior to that, actually, after Nimburg, he played 2 games in the playoffs for Le Mans South. So 3 times he's played in the Champions League. This will be his 4th team here with Igokea. There's Dalton now, look for a dump down. 5 on the shot clock now. Dalton down the middle. Step back, takes a tough one, doesn't get it. Well, just under 2.5 to go here. Holon lead this one by 24 points, 99-75. Well, Yashilo now, look at the post up, kicks out the Kondic, takes it, doesn't get the rebound by Niv Mizgav. Well, they want to break that 100-point mark. Mizgav now. Well, why not? Shahar Amir for three, doesn't get it. And there's another penetration. Yashilo for three, takes it, doesn't get it. And again, a bit of sloppy play here from both these two teams. I think who won just want to break the 100-point mark. As Mizgav, he'll try it, he'll take it. And a big time three-pointer by Yelid Niv Mizgav. Well, that's his third triple of the night. Remember, he hit two of them in the first quarter before picking up his fourth personal foul. Durandzic trying to throw it down. He misses a wide open one and just gets an ironic cheer from the crowd. Well, Dalton's made a few. He's made four. Doesn't get this one. CJ Harris comes up with a loose ball. Just over 1 minute to go now. Harris trying to isolate. Finds Delaria into the basket. He gets fat one. Fouls a little bit late there, but he'll go to the free throw line for the two shots. Well, you know what's interesting now? Not that they're going to break it tonight, but Hapoel Holon actually have the record for most points in a game. They did that against Polski Sukiet Tyronia back in the 2019-20 regular season, where they scored 122 points. Well, after them, it's Maxim Manresa, who also did it against Polski Sukiet Tyronia in the same season. Well, there's a deep three. Three is up, no good. Well, Mizgav now. Good movement here from Hulonia. Well, just throwing it away now. Looking for options as Maxim Romanov didn't quite know what to do with it. Goes in and gets the and one. Well, that's a tough play there, stopping it from being a 30-point blowout now. Surely's not bringing Joe Ragland back into the game. Well, 26-point lead here to Hulonia. It looks like Boudilion may be coming back in as well, but you've got Gal Abras, Shakha Amir, and Maxim Romanov, all from the academy of Hulonia. I don't think Ragland's coming back in, but well, we got to get a shot off here because there's 12 seconds difference between game clock and shot clock. Romanov now down the middle, turns it over yet again. Maybe the nerves just getting to him. They go for a quick three in transition, no good. But the tipping is good. Well, tipping is done beautifully by Kosta Kondic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like against the game against Legia Warszawa, Joe Ragland set the record for 18 assists, the most ever set in the Basketball Champions League, beating the records of both Scotty Reynolds and, of course, Marcelo Huertas. But tonight, Hapoel Atsmon Holon win 103-79. Joe Ragland becomes the 5th player to make over 300 assists in the Basketball Champions League. Congratulations, Holon, and congratulations, Joe Ragland. They take game one here in the Basketball Champions League play-ins. You can hear Mishpacha Sagula, the Purple family, Achim Sagulim, the Purple brothers, all they shout together, Yalla Hulonia. Big win here. One more win for Holon to get to the round of 16. But Igokea will go back. 11 3-points to Igokea, 16 here for Atsmon Holon. They led the rebounds 42-27 and 33 assists, 14 of those coming from Joe Ragland and 6 steals. What a game it was here. Holon was led by Marvin Dr. Jones coming from PAOK last season in Greece. Hayden Dalton with 4 3-points and Chris Johnson with 15. And Tabi Avala was the top scorer at 21. Let's take a look at the highlights from this magnificent game as the Holon players now will celebrate with Achim Sagulim. This is just a phenomenal sight here. They made it to the Final Four last year, defeating SIG Strasbourg, and they got a mission to get back there again and to contest for the championship. Well, Igokea started the second half in fine fashion. They cut it down to 5 points, but Joe Ragland, the facilitator, the king dime, shine dime, razzle dazzle time. And that was the assist, the 10th one to put him in the record books. Clayton Dalton had one hell of a game here tonight. What an addition he's been so far here for Holon. Well, Dalton just knows one thing and one thing only, and that is just how to put the ball in the bucket from the perimeter. And likewise goes to Ragland, hitting his third three-point. That was what gave him the double-double. Well, Dalton now taking this one from downtown. 16 three-pointers here tonight for Holon. And that's just a regular day at the office. This is a team that really likes to light it up. Likes to smoke it from downtown, but the rejection from Delaurier. But Joseph Alexander Ragland. That's all you need to know. Frédéric Baudillion with 3 three-pointers. Well, there's the penetration there. You can see beautiful play by Marvin Jones. Jones a little floater in the mid-range. I mean, that's something a part of his game we didn't see before, but definitely with the confidence to play like that, making himself a prime-time player. And the deep shot there by Costa Cottage. He's got to play big in game 2, because if he can get up to 15, 20 points, you can definitely give him a chance coming back into this. And that was a deep 3 by Niv Mizgav, sealing the deal there. And that was Lila Tov. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us. Gédia Dijon winning last night. Hapoel Atsmon Holon winning 103-79. For now, it's Lila Tov. Good night. Thank you for joining us. Game 2 next week.
הם יראו את זה בחדשות, זה יהיה בחדשות. תנקה את הכל, תמחוק. אל תצחק.